Hello,
Hello,
everyone.
everyone.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the UVL 90 Day Challenge. So, today is day 30. So, we are completing 1 month today of our 90 Day Challenge. So, that's amazing. So, let's clap for that. 1 month. Okay, so, so what is our topic for today, Patsy?
Today is UVL day 90 day 30 of 90-day challenge. Topic: we share your journey to achieve balance.
That's right. So, we're going to be talking about that today. But first, let's introduce ourselves. So, hi, everyone. My name is Sandy. I'm the face of the Facebook business page, Sandy Caballero, Sandy to Empower Lives. And I'm originally from Panama, but I currently reside in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, but I'm also a proud digital business owner.
My name is Patsy. I am the Facebook face of Facebook business page of Joe Pat Blessing. I'm mother of four and a proud mother of grandmother of nine. I'm from Brunei, and now I'm residing in Alberta, Canada, and I'm a proud digital business owner.
Thank you, Patsy. Okay, so let's start with the topic. So, Patsy, do you mind reading it again for our viewers?
Um, is a UVL 90-day challenge. Day 30 of 90-day challenge. Topic is share your journey to achieve balance.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to be talking about sharing our journey to achieve balance. And um, so we're going to start with this.
Start with your personal story.
Yes. So we're going to be sharing a little bit of background of us, and how we initially struggled to find balance between work, family, and personal time. So I'll start with me. So, hi, everyone. So my background, I used to work in the movie industry. Well, I'm still working, but yeah, so I'm used to, working at, my work is usually at work. No, we don't work at home. So even during the COVID time, I was working in the office. Um, so for me, when I transitioned, to work, at home for my business, it was a little bit of struggle because, um, it's a different scenario. You get easily distracted, and for some reason, I couldn't concentrate because, it was good. So it was a different scenario, from what I usually am. I'm at work, and I know my routine, but being doing something different, it was a little bit all over the place, if we could say. So I didn't have really like an organized way to do it, so all the online business, it was new for me. So I faced some struggles, between juggling all these different tasks, what to do and organize, and time management, like I mentioned in so many lives, time management is one of the things that, I usually um have struggles, but I'm still working on it. I think, now it's better. But yeah, those one are one of the things, um, that I had struggles, So sometimes, because of my balance was not balanced, sometimes I felt a little bit stressed because, um, we're going to touch a little bit of that later on. But, I was pushing myself because I always, um, try to do, the most I can, to be a little bit, like perfect, but at the same time, like I was pushing too much of myself, and I put too much pressure on myself. That sometimes, it was causing stress. And one of the reasons, why I decided to do this business is because I didn't want to have stress. But so I needed to find a way to be able to balance my life. Um, but because it was new, I didn't know at the time, how to balance. So that was a little bit of a struggle for me. What about you, Patsy?
For me, but personal story, um, before I stopped my work, which is the home care, well, during my work days, I was working for um, the corporation, and it's not easy. I have to struggle between work and coming back to look after my dad and all that, it was only the last 10 years that I just came home and look after my dad, but still it's a big of a struggle, time, like you said, time management,
Mhm.
and a lot of struggle is unbalanced. Hard to say, that home care job also, before I retired fully to look after my dad, it was a real struggle. Is having to juggle between life and work. You see, lots of commitment.
Yeah, and I wanted to add to that is, like one of the things, like working in the movie industry, we don't really have a set schedule. So our schedule varies, according to the needs of what they need to shoot on that day. Thank you, Patsy. Okay, recapping for what I was saying. I just wanted to add to what Patsy said, um, about, I've been working in the movie industry and our hours are like different all the time because, we don't have set fixed hours like normal jobs do. So we need to be to cater our hours to the production needs. So when they needed to shoot, like sometimes we'll need to shoot early in the morning, sometimes like during the day, sometimes it will be like nighttime and all the way to the morning. So most of my I would say most of my lives, working in the movie industry, I've been working either late night shift or overnight shift. So I became a night owl, you know. So when I started this online business, so for me it was like I had a little bit struggle at the beginning because for some reason I couldn't concentrate during the day, and then I was more active at nighttime because that's how I got used to. So shifting, from being a night owl to an early riser, it was kind of hard, to do it. Um, but it's workable. It takes some change, and working with Patsy, on this UVL 90-day challenge together, it has really helped me to be able to shift from that night owl to become an early riser. It's still in progress. It's not like well done, but it's still in progress. But it's way it's way better than before. So yeah. So I wanted to share that with you. Okay, so what is the next point, Patsy?
The next point is the turning point.
Yes. So the turning point. So I think, like well, if we talk about, when it was a turning point for me to balance my life, I think it was when I was my later years in the working in the movie industry. That's when I find out, I needed to find something better that would allow me to have that balance in my life because, um, yes, when I wasn't working, I was able to, enjoy my time and all that, but when I'm working, like I work in those long hours, and sometimes, the office environment is very stressful. And then with time, it takes a toll on your health. So I started to consider, I needed something that it will allow me to have that balance in my life. So, because, I started to feel some signs, like stress is one of the killers, that silent killers. So you really have to pay attention to um, you really have to pay attention to those signs from your body that is giving you before it's too late. So you don't want to wait and push your body to it's too late and then your body reacts. We had in one of our lives, we had a guest that um, I guess probably she knew about the signs, but she ignored her signs and she keep pushing her body too much to that it got to the point where her body reacts and she ended up in the hospital. So you don't want to wait until that moment. Okay. So until that aha moment that makes you think about, okay, you got to do something, to prioritize that balance, to think about your health, and also the relationship in your family. Because if you don't have a very good balance, that will affect the relationship that you have with your loved ones and at work. So make sure that, you pay attention to those signals that will give you a hint of what you gotta do something, you gotta start changing something or modify something, but do something. Don't wait until it's too it's not late, but it's you push your body too much that your body react and say I can't handle anymore, so boom. So yeah, do you wanted to add something to it, Patsy, or should we move to the next step, the point?
Sure, I would like to add something on, and it just the turning point of my life is because I was too busy to look after my dad, so I can't have time to think. And now my dad is gone, I really had become to realize that things had to change. We decided to uh, we are not getting any younger, and things had to change. But we do before we found this online business, we don't know anything. We just watch and see what can we do. But just the turning point, we realized, and when you hit on this online business, then I realized that's the turning point.
Thank you, Patsy. Okay, so we're gonna go to the next step.
The initial steps that you took.
Yes. Okay, so for when we talk about the initial steps that we took, or I took in this case, because I want to share my part of the story. Um, well, I realized, I needed to make some changes. I needed to be able to create a daily routine, to be able to create that more balance. Um, so that's, like I was able to find this business, that allow me to create more balance. But like at the beginning, when I say, when I joined this business, I still had like struggles because, changing from a set routine that you have at work and coming at home where you have like more time to do stuff, you can get distracted or you can overwork too much, and then you are not really creating that boundary. So it you need to be able to set work boundaries. And I think this is a learning curve. Okay, it doesn't happen right away. Like you start seeing that something, the way that you're doing your balance or your time management, is not really working, and then you start trying to adjust and making changes and finding ways, how can I um balance better my life, how can I work better, do manage my time management better. you know so it's a learning curve. Now, I could say that, I created I think I have more a balance in my life, because I'm setting some work boundaries. So for example, I I have my aging parents, so I spend time with them, like eating. We have dinner together, we have breakfast and lunch and all that. And we spend a little bit of time together during the day. But also they know that, when I have my my business, when I'm doing my business, they also know that, that's my time for the business. So when I do my lives, they know that I'm doing my lives. And when I'm meeting with other people, they are aware of that. So we have to set up boundaries. We have to communicate with our loved ones so they understand that, when you allow the time to be with them and when you are allowed to time to be with your business. So also, at first, like you're trying to always, try to do everything yourself. But that's not really good because, you put too much pressure on yourself, um, that, is not healthy. So you have to learn how to delegate tasks. But in order to delegate tasks, you also have to train first because, you cannot just delegate to someone if they don't know how to do things. So you gotta start doing trainings and then be able to train the other people so they are able to help you. And so that way the load is not only on you, but is more balanced to everyone. So scheduling personal time too. This is one of the things, at first I was also, I didn't have, a schedule. So it was like I was available anytime. So it was kind of hard. Because, like I say, I was a night owl and sometimes they were calling me in the morning and, then, like that didn't work. And so I got to a point, once I was looking in um, I was looking for a guest in one of our group communication groups or apps. Um, and then I saw one app that they were using, to schedule people for their lives. And then I saw the app, and then I look into it, and then I said, I can use this for, to schedule so people, if they wanna have a meeting with me, they can schedule an appointment. So that way, I know, I have to be available for that time. And then they know when I'm not available. So that way, it's a win-win for both of us. So then I created the app and then I shared it with my friends, and mentees. Um, so this created a better work balance for myself, because that way I know they know when I'm not available and I know when I have a meeting with them. So I can schedule my time better and it's more organized. So that really helped me, But like I said, this is a learning curve. And like you don't do it right away. Like some people are very good at time management and some people are not. And this is something that, you learn as you go and you try to modify. Like everything is not set as stone because even sometimes, when we try to have a routine or a schedule, something comes up and then it doesn't happen the same way that we plan. So we also have to learn how to be adaptable, and modify. So those are some of the steps that I took. I don't know if you want to add something to it, Patsy.
Um, no, that you can go on.
Okay, so let's go to the next point.
Key strategies you found helpful.
Okay, so when we come to key strategies that I found helpful, um, it's like I mentioned, like time blocking. Okay, so now I have a time blocking, when I'm available, and the times that I'm not available because I have other commitments, either personal or my business, because throughout the week, I have lives, so I have to schedule those times that I'm not available, so they know that I'm not available on those times. So time blocking is one of the things that will help you to be able to manage your time and have a better balance. Also, task prioritization. Find out which tasks are priority and start working on those first. You know and like I mentioned, setting boundaries. So make sure that you communicate with your loved ones and with your team, these are the times that I'm available, and this is the time that I'm gonna be allocating for my business, and then I can be with you, and we can have our family time, for example, with your kids, or your loved ones. And also, very important is self-care routines, because you don't have to forget about yourself, and this is some of the things that sometimes we neglect, to take care of ourselves, to allow some time for yourself, you know because sometimes we need those quiet time to meditate, to reflect, and in those moments, it will help us to recharge, to reevaluate our lives, how to you can make improvements, um and then really helps you, to be able to energize yourself. So those are some of the keys, that really has helped, and this online business model that we have, allows you to have that more flexible and balanced lifestyle. So that's one of the reasons why when I saw this online opportunity and the things that they offer, I was like, yes, I gotta do this, because with the life that I was going to, I don't think I was going to last too long. And then I needed to take care of my health, and I needed to enjoy my time with my loved ones. So I needed to make a change. So I took that leap of faith, and I'm very proud of this step that I took, because it's allowing me to have that more flexible and balanced lifestyle. Um, so it's something that um, when you come, like I mentioned, you start learning how to balance better your life, because it's kind of new to you, to create that routine, to create that discipline. you know you wanted to add something, Patsy?
Yes, I'd like to add something. You said that no matter how busy we are, self care is very important because you know, I come to the point in the afternoon is get very very tired. Don't wait until you are so exhausted then you get that rest. Just a 30-minute, put a timer and have a short nap. That is my taking care of myself. If
Hmm.
only I need it, but not
Yeah.
all the time. That is very good.
Yes. I totally agree with you, because sometimes we need um to take that little short snap to get recharged and then continue. Yeah. Thank you for sharing, Patsy. Okay, so let's go to the next point.
Obstacles along the way. Let me share about the obstacles. Obstacles is um we must be open to the obstacles. We try to maintain balance and we face so many obstacles like impatience and all that. However, we work on it and try to be patient. Okay.
Thank you, Patsy. Yeah, when we talk about obstacles along the way, we can say, I think one of the things that you have to is realize that you have some obstacles, um, and once you realize that, what are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna try to do something? In this case, you wanna try to maintain balance. Okay, so one of the things that we tend to do is overcommitting, to certain things, and I'm guilty of that. We're gonna be touching a little bit of that in later on, but you have to learn how to say no. And I'm guilty of that, because I never try to say no to the things. So I take, but you're only one person. Uh you can only take so much with you, so you have to learn how to say no sometimes, because if you take too much, you put a lot of pressure for you, and at the same time you have that external pressure that other people are expecting of you, and sometimes, there's some unforeseen things that comes up that it will create more challenge, more stress to you, and you don't want that. So you want to make sure that you understand what are the obstacles that you are facing, and how you can make changes to that so you can fix it. What are the steps that you're taking to uh, overcome those obstacles, and realize that those obstacles are not healthy, to be able to have a balanced life. So yeah, um for example, learning to say no is one of the things. um See how much you can handle, and go from there. When you can, you say, sorry, I can't. I have too much on my plate right now. um but yeah, just understand, that you have to know your obstacles that you're facing. And then once you know your obstacles, find uh, ways of how you can overcome them, find solutions to that. Okay. But yeah, find out what is the problem to that. Um, any, okay, so we're going to go to the next. Oh, you wanted to add something, Pasi? Or no?
I want to add something. Obstacles, be aware of the obstacles, and work on it, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Some people they self-deny, don't want, there's no obstacle, and unaware and work on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to go to the next point.
Oh, support system, yes. Without this support system, I'll be, I will collapse, and I wouldn't proceed. But this is a very good support system that I encounter, and it changed my whole life. Like before, I was very a bit negative. I consider myself very positive, but more on the downside. So with this support system, I each day is a new day. Let's say.
Mhm. Thank you for sharing, Patsy. Yeah, so when we talk about the support system, we're talking about, the importance of having a support system. And I think, we are lucky that, in this online business, we have our online business community. But another support system will be, for example, your family, your friends, and the mentors that you have, or coaches. So having that support, it really helps you, to be able to find ways on how to better balance your lives. So for example, when I was on my 90-day challenge, not this one but the one that I did last year, I was in a group, because we were like different groups doing the same um, challenge. So in my group, one of the things that we discussed was about time management, and finding ways, using apps and that kind of stuff, to be able to have a better time management. So we share, between us, our struggles, and finding solutions. So yeah, so the support that you get, from the online business community is great. And then same thing, your family and friends will also give you some tips. So having that support, it really helps to create that balance, and that encouragement, and advice that, that they play, in order to be able to help you to achieve that balance. Okay, so let's go to the next one.
The role of mindset is very important for me. I used to think negative, mostly, and then even my husband feel that my mindset is improving, and he always encouraged me. It's time for go a live show, all that. He helps in the household chores. He take up cooking, and it's that encouraging him, and I praise him for it, and he likes it very much.
Thank you for sharing, Patsy. Yes, so when we're talking about the role of mindset, we're talking about shifting our mindset, to truly embrace that balance. So letting go of perfectionism. So this is what I was talking before. We tend to sometimes, for example, like working on Canva. I remember I used to spend so much time, designing, but that's it's good to have a nice design, but don't spend too much time trying to make it perfect, because Um, by doing it perfect, you never start. So this is another thing, like another example of this will be, when we are creating our ad, we tend to, oh, we don't, this doesn't sound like it needs to be perfect, so we need to keep working and working. But if you keep working and working, you're never gonna launch your ad. So don't be so perfectionist, okay? Try to make the best that you can, but do it. And then, if it didn't work, then tweak it a little bit more. But store, don't wait for it to be perfect, because the longer that you wait, the longer that you are going to be able to launch your business. And the same thing goes to, I would say, um, people, that are waiting for the perfect time to change their life. Don't wait for the perfect moment to change your life. The moment is now. Now is that you can start changing your life. So uh, don't wait until it's too late, because then, you're going to encounter yourself in a difficult situation. So if you have the opportunity now, do it. you know don't wait for later. The time is now. um, so prioritization, is what matters, when it comes to, looking for what is more important. So if you have a to-do list, and you have 6 items, see on those 6 items what is more important. So when I used to work in the movie industry, I have my to-do list of what I had to do during the day, and I keep adding other stuff as we go on the day. So I used to numerize them, what was more important. So by numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, so that way, as I was finished them, I was crossing them. And that way, I was taking care of the things that were priority, over the other things that were not. And like we mentioned before, also learn to say no, because, um, you have to take only the stuff that you are able to handle. Don't put too much pressure on you, because otherwise you're not creating that balance. You're creating stress to yourself. Okay, so make sure that you learn to say no. Um, uh, you know, when you can't. So that's one of the things that I it's getting better, but I think I still need to learn to say no sometimes. Because I tend to say yes all the time. So I gotta shift my mindset to that. Um, so also, like, by adopting this growth mindset, it will help you to handle setbacks. So you will have a more open mindset to overcome obstacles, to find solutions instead of staying on the problems. You know. Um, So yeah, so stay always committed to your goal. To what is it that you want to reach? You know, what are these steps that I need to follow to get there? So prioritize those ones, over the other ones. Um, so yeah, so that's what I want to share in terms of the role of mindset. So let's go to the next point.
The impact of balance on your life.
Yeah. So when we talk about the impact of balance in your life, um, is I would say, reflect on how you can achieve balance in a positive, impacted way. So checking your different areas of your life, for example, your business, your relationship, your health, your overall well-being. How balance. You can find a positive balance in all these different areas. So, like we mentioned before, um, create those boundaries, so they understand, when you're doing your business, when you're doing one for your relationships, either family or friends, and also take care of your health, because health is important too. Without health, it doesn't matter, how much you do, because if you're not healthy, you cannot enjoy. So take care of your health, take care of your overall well-being, because it's very important. So that's why we want to create that balance of on our life, because that's how this will impact in us, Uh, so um, by having a good balance, we have some very positive benefits, good health, uh, more open, more positive, um, we are able to have more success in our business, because we have more creativity, more open, to overcome challenges. So, and also, we can increase our productivity because, we have that energy to do our business, and also, it allows to have more quality time with our family, and reducing the stress, because that's what we are looking for, to have that overall balance in all these areas that we want. So the impact of having a balance in your life is huge, when it comes to have a good balance. And the next one.
And ongoing journey.
Yes. So when we talk about ongoing journey, like I mentioned, this is not a never like a thing that, oh, I'm done. No, this is a learning curve. Okay. So as you go through your journey, you're gonna encounter, uh more challenges in terms, finding that balance. So that's when you have to tweak here and make some adjustment, to be able to continue to have that balance in your life, so it's not really like a one time thing, it's an ongoing process that it goes. And I totally agree with this, because before, I was just concentrating on my business by myself, so it was only my business. But now, I have to think about other people's business too, so I have to allocate time for them too, so it's not only about me. um, so that means that, I need to create that balance. So I need to adjust as I go through, you know, finding ways, how can I make it better for all of us, that we are involved. Um, so continue to adjust, continue to recalibrate and maintain that balance, as life and business evolve, So I just encourage you, the viewers that are watching us today, to see balance as a flexible and evolving goal. So not something that is set as a stone. Um, let's go to the next point, unless you want to add something, Patsy.
Not at the moment.
Okay. So this is our
Advice to advice to others.
yes. So so the advice to you guys, that are watching us today, and who are probably currently struggling also to find that balance, what small actionable steps can you take today to start this journey? Well, we have mentioned today, some of our experience, with you on how we make some adjustments. So depending on your situation, you gotta find out, apps that will allow you to help you. For example, I'm a little bit of old fashioned with the new technologies, so I use a notebook for my like to-do list, but I also have like a calendar. So I use my calendar on my cell phone, and I also use my calendar, a printed calendar, for example, so that I know, when I have my lives, when I have my guests, so to make sure that I have a guest for my lives. And then if someone is interviewing me, I put it there. um, and also, I have my cell phone where I have my others, um, activities, when I have meetings and, all that kind of stuff. So find ways, that it will help you to create that balance, um, have the people to support you, to give you some tips around you, like if you have friends, family, ask them, but find ways, that will help you to create that balance. So start small, because this is not like a It doesn't happen overnight. So make sure that you start with small steps, actionable steps. That way it can take you to start your journey and to make those changes and to be able to find that balance. So another thing I will say is I'm encourage you to reflect on your own life. So sit down in a quiet and reflect about your own life and find out which areas, are the ones that you need to start making adjustment, so you can create that life balance. So those are some of the tips that we can give to you, from what we have learned through our journey. So we hope that, that will help you also in your journey to be able to find that uh, balance, work-life balance, uh, with your loved ones and with work and business that you're doing. So, um, so we want to invite you, to share your own experience and struggles in terms of achieving balance. So let us know in the comments, so we can have, a conversation in the comments, about what has worked for you or where you need support, and we can give advice, and then, everyone can help each other. That's why we are here, like a community, to help each other, to motivate and support each other. So if you want to make some comments, just put it in the comments, and we are happy to read them and then reply to your comments. We also want to motivate you, the viewers, take that first step in prioritizing the balance in your lives. Okay, so either setting, for example, boundaries that we mentioned, or implementing self-care practice. If that one you didn't have it in your uh, routine, make sure that you implement those self-care practice. Also, rethink, your work approach. See if you can find a better approach of the way that you tackle your work, so that, it create a more balance between your work and the people around you, that are surrounding you, either at work or at home and all that. So that concludes our topic for today. So I hope that we share some knowledgeable tips and advice to you, that can help you, to create that more balance in your life, in your home and with your loved ones and family. Uh, so that's what we wanted to share with you today. And for tomorrow, what is the topic for tomorrow, Patsy?
Tomorrow will be day 31. Wow. Days pass, eh?
Yes,
Topic is about effective time management. Interesting topic, eh?
yes, I agree, Patsy. That topic, time management, is a very interesting one. Yes. So tomorrow we're gonna be talking about that. So talk is gonna be about the effective time management. So stay tuned for the 31st of our 90-day UVL 90-day challenge. So if you guys wanna follow us in our Facebook business page there on the screen. So you get to know us a little bit more, and learn about the business that we are doing. Also, if you want to learn how you can earn online, you can register in our website that appears on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the same webinar that we watch, and that is changing our lives and has changed the life of many people. So, um, so if you want to learn how to earn online, just register with your name and email address in our website, and you will see that invitation to the webinar, where you will see our business plan, how it works, and also you can hear testimonials of members of our community. Um, Also, you get invited to our private Facebook group, where you get to see more success stories for members of our community and a little bit more information about the business. We want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Monday and week ahead. Have a nice Monday, um, and wish you all the best, lots of blessings, and have a wonderful day. Good. Thank you for all the persons that watch us today. And for those watching the replay, thank you for all your comments and all your emojis. And until the next episode of the UVL 90 Day Challenge for tomorrow, day 31st. Bye, everyone. Thank you